Since our students are so diverse, I think faculty, first being attuned to the diversity that's prevalent in the undergraduate student body would be a starting point. Faculty often have their own agendas in mentoring undergraduate research. Often they bring undergraduates into their projects because they want to get something done. And so it's not always on their radar, or it's not always a priority to really kind of work with coaching and mentoring a student, because they want to work with the very best students to get the very best outcome. So I think if faculty, and there's probably, if there could be some institutional reward system for encouraging faculty to create kind of a learning culture around undergraduate research and bringing students who maybe aren't as well prepared, maybe who don't understand or appreciate or feel confident in their ability to do undergraduate research, and to kind of work closely with those students to understand the benefits of it.
When it comes to the undergraduate research mentorship relationship, there's a number of things that faculty can do that can help students who are grappling with their own identity development as a person, as an academic, as a scholar. And I think one of the biggest things that I think faculty mentors really need to understand is that the mentoring relationship only works if you can understand the actual particular needs of a given student. So there is a lot of individual difference amongst the students. They come from often quite diverse backgrounds. They can often come from, even just their academic preparation can vary quite significantly. So I believe very firmly in what has been called in the literature an adaptive mentorship approach, where you have to actually understand kind of the student's level of competence when it comes to actually the kind of the skill-oriented work that's needed to be done in terms of an undergraduate research project, but also their scale of confidence. So how comfortable are they doing this type of work? How does it, how do they engage meaningfully in that process or in that project? And that as a mentor, you have to be aware situationally and contextually of what's going on, so that you can actually either have more of a task-oriented approach to mentoring, where it's really about helping the skill development side, or a support approach where it's actually much more associated with kind of the personal growth and the confidence of the student.
Recognizing that students come from diverse backgrounds, it's very important, I think, to meet the student where he or she is, and to not make assumptions about either experiences they have had or the value they may put on education and research. And so spending some time early in a mentor relationship to really get to know a student, get to know a student's cultural and family background, very important. Not only does that establish a relationship that can be somewhat enduring, it really should help guide the mentor's mentoring of that particular student. So this is not a one-size-fits-all experience. Terrific undergraduate mentoring has got to be tailored to an individual student's particular experience and background.
Because students do come in with lots of different levels and lots of different experiences, and to some degree, a very different set of understanding of what research really will be or where it's going to go, I think one of the key roles for faculty mentors is to meet students at that level, to spend part of the time, particularly early on in a process, getting to understand where students are, what they expect to get out of this, and what they're bringing to that, so that the expectations on both sides get set appropriately, which makes it, I think, more productive for the student and a much richer process for the mentor as well.
One of the best phrases I ever heard when it came to what makes a successful mentor came from Barbara Grant's work in New Zealand a number of years ago, where she said that situational awareness is incredibly important in mentoring. And it's kind of like walking on a rickety bridge. So the idea that you need a flexible posture and constantly being aware of your surroundings, and be able to react to the needs of the people that you're mentoring. So I think that kind of struck with me quite a lot when I think about what makes a successful mentor, given the differences that come from or that are present in the student body.